Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall, powered by the Difference Media LLC, and hosted by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, and also sponsored by Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Rockwall starts now.
Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall on this beautiful rainy day here in Rockwall County. We are a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I am your host, Tammy Escobedo, proud beauty industry leader and business coach with a passion to help others look and feel their best, believing that confidence on the outside leads to confidence within. And I am truly honored to have the opportunity to empower women to create sustainable work from home businesses while also helping them cultivate a lifestyle rooted in confidence and self-assurance. I am excited to be here with you today, and we have an exciting show lined up as we continue our topic from last week, transforming the sales cycle, leveraging social platforms to establish the know, like, and trust component of building rapport. This is a theme we really will dive into in our third segment. So first, we want to introduce to you our amazing co-host and our incredible guest that will be on with us today. So our first co-host, I am thrilled to introduce Clarence Jorif to you today. He is the owner and operator of the Compound Nevada, a premier outdoor shooting range dedicated to providing a safe and enjoyable environment for firearm enthusiasts of all levels. CJ and his certified team provide a wide range of training courses from basic firearm safety to advanced instruction in handgun, rifle, and shotgun use. CJ, welcome. Hi, friend.
Hey there, friend. How you doing today?
I'm great. Why are you so excited about being here today?
Because we're here together. We're here to inform the viewers of what we do and how to improve and make their businesses better.
I love it. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you. All right, let's introduce our next co-host. I am really excited to introduce to you Frank McLeod, owner of Minuteman Press of Rockwall, a full-service printing and graphic design company known for its exceptional quality and personalized service. Frank leads a talented team dedicated to providing top-notch printing solutions, ensuring that every project is handled with precision and professionalism. A proud 1985 graduate of Rockwall High School, Frank has deep roots in our community and brings both expertise and a personal touch to his business. So Frank, welcome. We are glad you're here. Why are you excited to be here today?
I'm thrilled to be here. We've got good guests. We've got two great guests that are going to be with us today, and I'm really excited they're going to be on with us.
I'm excited to hear from them because they're from a different generation than we are.
They are much younger.
Awesome. Okay, well, good. Well, welcome, Frank. Thank you for being here. Our first guest I want to introduce you to today. It's an absolute pleasure to introduce Evan Stokes to you. He is a lifelong Rockwall resident and the owner of Stoked Out Construction. With a passion for creating beautiful and functional outdoor spaces, Stoked Out Construction specializes in fencing, patio covers, metal buildings, and all outdoor living needs. Their commitment to quality craftsmanship and personalized service has made them a trusted name in the community. So please join me. We welcome a true local expert in outdoor transformations, Evan Stokes. Welcome, Evan.
How's it going? Thank you so much for having me today.
I'm so glad you're here. What are you excited about being here today?
Just getting to, talk to everybody about what we believe in, our values, just company morals, and just share our experience throughout Rockwall and just talk to y'all about, just diving deeper into business and reality of it all and getting to the more details of everything.
I love it. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being on. Welcome. All right. Our second guest today is Lauren Chambers. Lauren, she is an accomplished businesswoman and dedicated community member. Lauren is the owner and operator of Chambers Benefits Consulting, where she combines nearly 15 years of experience in the health insurance industry with her passion for helping individuals, families, and businesses navigate their coverage needs. A proud Rockwall High School graduate, Lauren has strong roots in our community and has called fate home for over a decade. Beyond her professional endeavors, she's a devoted mom, often found cheering on her daughters at sports and cheerleading events or enjoying her love of cooking, gardening, and staying active. Lauren also co-hosts a podcast with her best friend, bringing engagement conversations about life's journeys and life journeys as women from diverse backgrounds. So please welcome Lauren Chambers. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, everybody. How are y'all?
Welcome. We're doing great. What are you excited about being here today?
I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of this. I've watched the podcast before, and I think it's wonderful content and really enjoy all of you and getting to meet Evan. So excited.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We are glad that you are here. I'm excited to move on to our next segment. So we're going to take a quick break, a commercial break. Stay with us right here where we're going to hear a lot of things going on in our Rockwall community. And we'll see you in just a couple minutes.
The Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
What's up, Rockwall?
What's up, Rockwall? I'm excited to hear from all of you. Don't we have so many wonderful things going on this season?
There's a lot going on.
I know. I feel like I'm busy every second. That's a great thing.
Absolutely.
I just got back from a lunch with the Professional Women's Alliance. So if you're a professional woman in Rockwall County and you want to participate, we had a great luncheon with our advisory committee today, and just a great Christmas gathering. So I'm excited to hear from all of you what you have going on. Evan, we're going to start with you. What do you know is coming up?
So we have a huge event happening tomorrow night at Standard Service. Toys for Tots event. It's for the kids. It starts at 5 p.m. and goes to 8 p.m. There's going to be Santa. There's going to be gingerbread houses being made. There's lots of just activities for the kids. So we're the title sponsor for that. I'm really excited for that event. Last year, it went really well. It was a very big event. This year, we're expecting just double and triple what last year was. So we're really excited about that. Again, that's going to be a Standard Service tomorrow evening for the kids. So bring the family for dinner, food, drinks, Santa, Christmas kid. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is just the perfect event to have tomorrow night, this time of year.
I asked my grandson, he's 2, what does he want for Christmas? And he said monster trucks. And I remember last year at this same event, you had your big truck up there. And I thought, I wonder if Evan's going to have his big truck there this year.
I'm going to have it there this year again. So awesome. I've got a bunch of stuff that's going to be there this year. So we're just excited to, get the kids involved and let them check it out. I mean, last year they were taking photos up on the truck, in the truck. They wanted to get in the bed where all the toys were. It was awesome. It really was.
Well, I love that you're doing that. So thank you for that information. Absolutely. All right. Let's move on to Frank. What do you have for us today, Frank?
I've got a lot of stuff. This Saturday at 9 a.m. on the square right behind City Hall is the perfect place to watch the Kiwanis Christmas Parade. Starts at 9 a.m. this Saturday. Then immediately following it is the hometown Christmas event that the city of Rockwall is putting on the square. They're going to have all kinds of stuff for kids. They're going to have food trucks, a snow hill, and photos with Santa. They do a great job with this event. If you got little kids, you have to take them down to the square this Saturday. And it's immediately after the parade. So it should kick off about between 10 and 10:30.
Awesome.
And then Friday and Saturday, the 13th and 14th, from 10 to 3, they're doing the Rockwall Home Tour. They've got some historic, I believe it's 6 historic homes in the downtown area. And to get tickets for that event, you can stop by Bella's house right next door to Zanata's on the square and purchase tickets there.
Wonderful.
And then the city of Rockwall has a, I'm sorry.
Can you imagine getting your house ready for a home tour?
I can't.
I'm glad I'm not. CJ's laughing at me because he knows, gosh, dog, there is no way.
Getting it ready for Thanksgiving was enough already.
So I started putting up my Christmas decorations the other day, and there's boxes everywhere still. It's been 4 days.
And you know what the city of Rockwall does is they commission an artist to paint the house and paint each one of the houses, and they look incredible. The artwork they receive for decorating their house and putting their house on the tour is really, really nice.
That's awesome. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's
you're good. And then Saturday, December 14th at the center on the square, they're having City of Rockwall is having breakfast with Santa. It's $5 for Rockwall residents, and I believe that starts at 9 a.m., but you might check the city website just to double check that. And then this Sunday, the 8th, at the north side, they're having a showing of the movie Elf, and they've got 25 vendors for a holiday market. It's hosted by NTX Vintage Markets, and it's from 12 to 5 at north side. If you hadn't been there, it's a really cool spot in Rockwall. You got to stop in and check it out.
I think you can bring your own lounge chairs and sleeping bags and pillows and let the kids all lay around and watch TV, watch the movie.
It's a perfect spot for it if it's not raining.
If it's not raining. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then on December 11th, Wednesday, December 11th at 8:30, the Chamber is having their partnership breakfast. Instead of this month, they're having a partnership breakfast. And the guest speakers will be the House Rep-elect Katrina Pearson and our Senator Bob Hall. So you can call the Chamber to get tickets for that event.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Frank.
All I've got.
That's good.
Hey, Frank, don't forget, we'll have our 2 commissioner-elects there also at that same event. Bobby Galana for Precinct 1 and Lauren Lichty for Precinct 3.
Perfect.
That's awesome. I love it. Come on now, CJ. I know you have some things
Well,
to share.
you know what? Just juggling schedules left and right. It's like, wow. But it's that time of year where you're really looking forward to being out and about in the community and doing fun things. So starting off Friday evening, the 6th, it's the Rockwall County GOP Christmas party that's being held over at Spring Hill Suites. It starts at 6:30. It's going to run from 6:30 to about 10. Same time, there's another event, which is the Greater Rockwall Youth Symphony. It's their Christmas event, which is going to be held at Cameron Nissan. And Santa's going to be there. And Frank knows this, the biggest elf that you've ever seen may make an appearance at that event. I don't know who that might be, but we'll find out.
I need pictures.
No, those pictures are running around. That's the problem.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It's pretty cool. It's where I step outside of my professional persona just to have a good time, because we're all kids at heart. Speaking about kids at heart, Frank mentioned the Christmas parade, followed about hometown Christmas on the square. 6 o'clock on Saturday night at City Hall, we're going to have the lighting of the Rockwall Christmas tree. The mayor is going to do an introduction to everyone. As Mayor Pro Tem, I'll go ahead and I'll offer up an invocation, and then we'll do a countdown. And guess what? We'll get to see Santa again. So Santa's going to have a lot of time, but I'm not sitting on his lap again like he tried to make me do the other night. No, not happening. It would have been painful for both Santa and me. So there you go. But that's what we got coming up.
Oh, that's awesome. Santa's going to be a busy man on Saturday.
Yes, he will be. He definitely will be.
He's going to be in lots of places. Kind of fun. All right, Lauren. Oh, yeah. Lyndon is saying we need to get that picture of the Grinch, the biggest elf. The biggest elf. Oh, yes. We are bringing it to the community difference.
I've learned a couple of things, and running for mayor, we don't want a picture of me dressed up as an elf while being plastered all over the place for May of 2025. So
I think that'll be the reason they vote for you.
Well, you know what? I do try to make an impression, positive impression always.
Listen,
Great advertising for you.
See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, Evan.
That may show up on TVC.
Everybody wants somebody who's fun for sure.
Hey, everybody knows not to mess with you, though. You got a shooting range, so we're out on that.
In the spirit of Christmas, it is always better to give than to receive.
That's
You
right.
figured it out.
That's right.
You're so good. All right. Thanks for that, CJ. Lauren,
Yes,
what do you
ma'am.
have for us, my friend?
Yes. And I was going to say, Clarence, everybody loves it. It's for the kids. You must absolutely, I would put that on with some of my big mayor advertisement for sure. But
Frank's already helped me out with something. So, yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
I'm sure that Frank can make it happen, So, so tomorrow, or actually 2 days. So on Friday, the City of Fate is having their Christmas tree lighting. And it's going to be at City Hall, and it's always such a good time. And they have all sorts of little fun activities for the children. And then on December 14th in Roy City, this is one of my favorite Christmas parades, and my children love it as well. They do a nighttime parade from 6 to 9 p.m. down Main Street in Roy City. So it's the Parade of Lights. So that's a lot of fun too. So that's on December 14th.
Awesome.
Sometimes we have some of the same floats that are in the Christmas parade in Rockwall. Go do the same one. Go do the next parade in Roy City the evening.
Oh yeah, they do. And then you'll see like the CAC out there. And so they move them from daytime floats to nighttime with lights. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so since you brought up the CAC, they do a theme every year. I'm not going to tell the theme because it's a big secret, but it's going to be a fabulous float. And so come vote for the float because they do have a winner at all the parades.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
Yeah. So fun. Bring your kids out and enjoy. All right. Well, this has been fun. Anything else from anyone? I think we covered it all. I think we have a busy season. I feel like every day, I told someone yesterday at our networking event that I feel like there's something every night. But I love that we live in a community where we all know each other, and there's somewhere always to take your kids, right?
Absolutely.
Somewhere always to go meet a friend.
Nice.
I don't have kids anymore. I'm an empty nester, but I do have grandbabies, and I can take them different places. So that's fun. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about our topic of the month. I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
We are Cloud Staff, enabling remarkable growth for businesses everywhere with our pioneering enterprise-grade remote work solutions. We are on a mission to help business owners scale while reducing costs by matching you with an amazing staff, mobilizing your team, and helping manage business performance, making us the #1 workplace as remote work gets done. Connect with us to access the world's top talent and discover how we can enable remarkable growth for your business.
And now, back to the show.
Well, I'm excited about our topic of the month. I told Lyndon when we chose this topic that I felt like it was for me. I think at my age, some of these things are new for me, and I'm loving all the things that I'm learning. So our topic of the month, we are really diving into one of the most game-changing strategies in modern business, transforming the sales cycle through social platforms. It is really no secret that people prefer to do business with those that they like, know, and trust. We all know that, right? But how do we establish those vital connections in an increasingly digital world? So today, we are going to explore how to use social media, not just to promote your product or service, but to authentically build rapport, create meaningful relationships, and position yourself as a trusted resource. So whether you are a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting, this episode will provide actionable items and tips to elevate your sales approach and strengthen your brand. So, who wants to start? Because this is just such a broad topic, and I've learned so much. I could take the whole 30 minutes myself and tell you all the things I've learned. So why don't we hear from someone else?
That's why I'm glad we've got two younger people on this show. Because maybe they can teach an old dog new tricks.
What are you trying to say, Frank? We're young at heart. So I'll jump in. So social media is something that I've stayed away from throughout my whole law enforcement career, because you don't want to be out there. You don't want to have somebody post something in response to something that you said, or vice versa, like some have done. But now as a business owner, it's really, really important. It's about getting your brand out there. But the biggest thing that I find that works best overall is word of mouth. When you can have someone say, hey, I know someone that can help you with your business management or your medical issues or affairs, or trying to get insurance or whatever, talk to Lauren. Here's her information. Or you need what? You need a fence put in, or a gate, or a compound system put in with an electrical gate and electrified stuff on it. No, not electrified, but I made him smile. Hey, reach out for Stoked Out Construction. Construction. But the biggest save for me always is my co-host, Frank. I had an issue where I needed something done. I had a tete-a-tete with the family. Oh, no, they could never. No, you can't order because nobody can get it done. I'm like, leave that to me. I walk in, I go see Frank. Frank hooks me up with Leah. I walk out there with I'm always smiling anyway, right, Tammy? I walk out with the biggest smile, because their social media presence, or being able to promote them by saying, hey, go to this person. How many people do you touch? Too many versus one main phone call. So I can say that across the board. Roofing, John Tucker, that's my guy. I'll sit there, mention his name, and bam, the job gets done. Hey, I need this favor done. I need this person taken care of. Can you help me with this? It's a family that we all form together on this social media platform. And the biggest thing is making sure that those family members produce. And I'm happy to say that's always been the case.
That's awesome. So that kind of brings me to this question of what can you contribute consistently, say, to local groups to show your expertise without being overly promotional? Frank, everybody knows Frank. Everybody knows what he's going to do in the industry. We can talk about Evan. Come on now. Evan is on social media posting information about his family, his business, the things that he's done. And I really feel like there's a lot of conversation we could have just about why people know who he is. It's like Lauren said, I know who he is, but I've never really met him face to face, but we know he does good work because everybody says so all the time. So talk to me about that.
So I feel like we could go on and on for hours about social media and how to grow it and all that fun stuff. But like at the end of the day, I'm just a believer in, I've started my company, and I'm just a believer in, like, you got to love what you do and be obsessed with it and really, truly care about it. You can't just like it. You got to love it. And if you love it and you care about it and treat every customer the same, it's a rolling ball effect. And not only that, like social media, I feel like even when you're slow or you're busy, you still need to post, you still need to keep it out there, because you got to work it into these people's minds that this is what you truly do and this is what you believe in. If you just post once a week or once a month, nobody's going to remember that. So you got to stay relevant. People got to see your stuff constantly, see that you're working, see that you're doing jobs, see that you're active, because there's a lot of people that get excited from the start and they'll blast it from the start, and then it just fades away, and then they're gone 6 months later. You don't know anything so it's really about just staying like bam, 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 just all the time blasting, all the time posting social media, what you do, pictures of your jobs, your services, just work it into people's heads. And then next thing you know, you got these, and then obviously do a good job and be trustworthy. But the next thing you know, you get these people that are like, wow, they're really doing it day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. This is truly what they're professionals in.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just like constantly just working at it and staying at it to really, and that goes with word of mouth. Like,
yeah. How do you feel like the staying relevant on social media has changed the sales cycle for you? Maybe you're too young to know the old way. I don't know.
Thankfully we've never had to like door knock or like do the hard things to get to go get business that way. We've grown kind of organically. I'm a believer in just, be a man of your word. If you're going to be there, be there. If you say they're going to be there at 8:00, be there early, and just be a man of your word. And if you're not going to do something, don't tell the customer or tell somebody that don't tell them you're going to be there when you're not going to be there.
Well,
so,
yeah, right.
We're busy. Everybody has a schedule, but don't, you just got to be honest and upfront and set expectations from the get-go, and then you won't have issues. It's the people that are, they're keeping a gray area. That's what the problem. So if you're just honest and open up front from the get-go, then there's really no surprises.
All right.
So
our fabulous Lyndon, he's our producer and the guru behind the Community Difference, has a wonderful question.
Well, thank you, Tammy. You make me blush, so I won't come on camera and show everybody. So when we talk about this, one of the things that I've seen in some of our other shows is that we fail to mention what a sales cycle is, right? So how are we solving problems if we don't identify that? So there's some key components that are still true today that were true 30 years ago. Number one is prospecting. Number two is your initial contact. Number three is qualification. Four is presentation, overcoming objections and handling objections, the close, and then the retention part, right? So how do we retain that client that we've taken through? So all of that is a sales cycle. And if you look at a lot of why businesses struggle or fail, is number one, they don't address all of those. And number two, many of them, and this is part of what I do in business consulting and business development consulting, is they are doing the old traditional way. So cold calls, in-person visits, door knocking, we talked about that. Nobody likes that. We didn't like it when that was the only thing we had to do. Then you got your face-to-face phone calls, you got direct conversations, all of the different things. And so what I want to get you guys thinking about is, with digital technology and the fact that There's never been a time in the history of professionalism where you can be seen, be heard, and be remembered so frequently, so consistently, and so affordably as it is now with social media. Right?
Yes.
Years ago, people couldn't afford billboards. Only the very successful businesses could afford billboards or television ads or radio ads. It was all face-to-face, referral based. And that's why a lot of people couldn't scale as fast as you can today. So what is it about digital media that allows you to accelerate all of the prospecting, initial contact, rapport building? That was a thing that used to be said. Overcoming objections before you ever meet the person to make the sale. You can overcome objections through social media presence. So let's talk about those things.
I feel like you get to know people on social media. People ask me all the time, how do you make your hair curl like this? Well, I have this special blow dryer wand that I use that I love. I see you, CJ. And I learned about it on social media. And it's an influencer I've never met. I've never met her, but I watched her and I saw what she did with her hair, and I on and on and on. And I loved all the things. I feel like you get to know people. It's real hard. You know, in the old way, we would sit with somebody one-on-one for an hour. How much do you get to know them? How much do you really know them when you walk away from there? And people want to do business with people they like, know, and trust. So I think that's maybe where we can take that conversation a little bit. I see Evan going, yeah. But
so that's a great point, Tammy, because we talked about that on the Plano show this morning, is that many times you get, depending on what sales you're in, all right, you're in a very short time frame of getting to know someone and building rapport. And if you don't do a good job of it, or if you don't click, you usually don't get a second chance. But with social media and being able to be seen frequently, people can vet you. You have a history, right? So they can go back and see your consistency in behaviors and consistency in tonality and determine whether this is really you and you're authentic, or if you're just a salesperson.
Well, kind of a quick relapse of that is you can literally click on you can search anybody, type in their name, and you can pretty much watch them grow up before you even have them come to your house for a quote. So you can see pretty much how they live their life, their beliefs, their values. And I feel like the people who are on social media nowadays and really dive deep into it, they're becoming successful faster because it's a loophole, and they're not having to do it how it was 10, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And the key
so
there,
if you're really active and you really stay deep and dive into it.
You got something, Lauren, before I jump in? Because I got a point.
I was just going to piggyback off of that and just say, essentially, depending on what you are selling and looking at the sales cycle, you are your brand. And I think that whenever, as an entrepreneur and as a business person, when you realize that it's, Chambers Benefits Consulting may be the name of my agency, but ultimately shopping for insurance, the whole process of going through that, it's not something that I can post a lot of pictures and be like, hey, look at this gorgeous fence that I built, right? I can't do that in my line, in my industry. But what I can do is show, hey, this is how we engage with our clients. This is what we're able to say, but more so letting them know me, that they can trust me. I had a person ask me today, well, what's the difference between going through you and going through, healthcare.gov or something like that? And the difference is, I'm like, well, you get a person. And being an agency that is, I call it 100% referral based. It's been a blessing, but I think a lot of that is letting people get to know me, having people see me out in the community, doing things with nonprofits. They get to know, they see me as a mom. They know that I understand what that feels like for them as a mom or a dad looking for insurance for their family. So just as y'all said, just familiarizing, letting people get to know and see you as a person helps that kind of caveat where you're not cold calling, know who you're approaching, know what, your audience is, but then engaging them through fun little videos, staying relevant, or at least being out there. And then I think that a lot of times whenever I see people posting and asking questions. It's a wonderful point where instead of just saying, oh, I can help, it's answering the question, like not being afraid of sharing your knowledge, because that does put you in a position of someone who's able to bring that to the table. And so a lot of people are like, oh, well, she's sharing her knowledge without a consult or anything like that. Just kind of opening that door a little bit to allow that trust to be built.
And you're good at doing that too, Lauren. You're very good at doing that.
Yeah, thank you. I try better at times. I felt a little Evan doesn't know, but during my busy season, I'm not posting as much and I'm not sharing those things. And so but in my world, everything is about retention, right? I'm paid residually. So it's not just the first sale. It's, I want to keep you happy and things like that. So customer service is 90% of what I do. And, I'm thankful for that, but also when I back off of doing that, I see it as far as people are going to look at the new shiny thing, right? And you want to make sure that they know and see you and trust you. So you want to stay relevant in that way. So
sure. I'm going to relate it to something else here. So taking you back, Frank, it's kind of like that dating process, something that we can relate to. You need to make you'll see it. You make initial contact with that person. You have to engage them. You have to find some kind of common ground and then build on that. Maybe, hey, you want to go out on a date? Same thing with business. The good thing about it is, well, there's a good and a bad. But the thing about it is your customers are your best feedback overall. You must deliver the product. You must deliver the product. You must be there for them. You must be a source of information for them to guide them, because sometimes people want something, but they don't know what they want. Yeah. Or they've been told something in the case of firearms, but it's not the right thing. Or they see something on another YouTube channel and it's like, that's not the right thing to do. So that touchy-feely that you can provide to each one of those customers makes the difference. Now, some people don't like being told no. So that's where you have the good and the bad. The good is most people overall, you deliver the same consistent, dependable, reliable, integrity-led product to them. They're your best champion because they will talk and they will give you feedback via review, so forth and so on. And that's what you have to look at. That's what you base your life cycle on. Staying with them, they come back, they refer somebody else. You provide the same consistent, dependable, safe, reliable product to that next person. And in the Revlon commercial, yes, you were talking about hair once again, Tammy. And leave the hair thing alone, please. No, the Revlon commercial, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. That so on is what continues to give. In case in point, like I said with Evan with Stoked Out Construction, I know his product. You drive by, you see what his product looks like in front of his house. You drive by, you talk about someone, hey, use this guy to do this. You see the end result, and that person is your best person to promote your product. And like I said, I've got go-to people. I know I can do something for roofing. I know I can do something for healthcare. Man, Frank, you already know you're my press guy. It's people that you rely on, but we promote them. They promote themselves. Their customers promote them. And that's that life cycle that's keep on giving and giving and giving. Yeah.
For sure.
Go ahead, Evan.
What were you going to say, Tammy?
Nope, I want you to go.
So, it just falls back to like social media. It's so powerful. It's social media is a huge blessing and a huge curse at the same time. Because obviously you got, if you don't have the people that follow through with the product and following through with being there for the customer, then obviously they can just get plastered all over social media. But then again, that makes it wonderful for the people like us who truly care to do a good job and provide a good product and do it and just do this correctly every single day. So social media is just, it's been so powerful if people know how to take advantage of it and do it the right way.
And the old adage is also, you can never make a second first impression. That first impression 9 times out of 10 establishes who you are and what you're going to do and how you're going to deliver. But it's that consistency across the board with everyone that you engage with.
Absolutely. I
Well,
agree.
what kind of synergies do you have with other companies that you partner with that help your branding? Not necessarily sell your service, but help with your branding. Who is that? I mean, Evan, you're the title sponsor for Toys for Tots tomorrow. You're very involved in what's going on in the community. People want to work with companies that give back.
Well, it's just, I got to give this to my mother and my father, the way they raised me and just the way I was just, the way they molded me is just always give back and just help others and always be a lending hand. I mean, that's just the way I've been. So the Toys for Tots events, you have to help others and do as you can. It's better to give than receive. So any chance we get to provide and be there for other people, we're going to step up and be there. It's not about what we get in return or what we get out of it. It's just who we believe in. And not only that, the people who are putting on Toys for Tots, Jeff Skinner, he's a wonderful guy, great business guy, good person to know. I mean, I believe his vision. And so when he asked me to be a part of this, it was a no-brainer. I mean, it's just, you got all of y'all just be around good business people, like-minded people. It's a no-brainer to help those out and just see what happens with all of this. So
I've got to get Skinner on the show here before too long. He is.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm gonna get him first, Frank. Nope, he's mine. He's mine. That's my go-to guy. If I need something, hey Jeff, I need XYZ. Contact this person. Tell them I told you to do so. Once again, it's knowing good people, and I catch grief. It's like, why are you going to go out and do this? Why are you going to go down and do that? And just like you said, Evan, it started with my parents growing up from small. We weren't rich. We weren't wealthy. We did pretty good based on dad being a blue-collar worker. But the bottom line is you start within, you project out. You give back, and Heavenly Father says you will receive tenfold for just doing something for somebody else. That same thing we talked about, that elf that may or may not make an appearance. Those kids light up. They light up.
Yeah.
And even if like, okay, I can tell you a story about the kid in Los Angeles, but it's going to run us into break. But the bottom line is that impression that you make on them could last them a lifetime. And that's what we're here to do.
And they'll think Shaquille O'Neal dressed up as an elf for him.
I have acquired the moniker Baby Shaq in the family here, and I can tell you about that too. So,
okay, we have just a couple minutes until our break. So I'm just going to close it out with one comment, and that is, one of the things I got a call this morning, literally this morning, where a teacher who I had never met before wants to do something special for her daughter for Christmas. And so I had answered a question about what was the difference between hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. That may mean nothing to any of you here, but in my business, that means a lot. And because she had seen me on a social media video, she called me, and I'm now doing business with them and getting some Christmas gifts ready. I think the point is we need to, when people see us, they learn who we are. They learn a little bit about our family, our stories. Then they want to do business with people that they like, know, and trust, and they can get to know us on social media. And so breaking that chain of sales cycle where the business is coming to us and we're not having to we're not having to reach out, and utilizing social media platforms for those reasons. So we're going to go to break and we're going to come right back. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums. without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Well, I love this segment. Our deep dive segment is really fun. I really love to give the guests an opportunity really to share your personal and your professional journey, and a little bit about your involvement in the community. So our co-hosts are going to put our guests on the spot. So who's going to go first? We're going to hear from Frank first. Tell us, what's your question to your guest, Frank?
Well, I've got a question for Lauren. And what I wanted to know, Lauren, is are you able to use the podcast you're working with to benefit your business at all? Because it doesn't seem like it's business related at all. It's all about life and your family.
Yes.
Do you ever have any of your new clients mention, yeah, I first saw you on your podcast?
No, so it's a little different. So the way that I have my business set up, I've used social media to grow that and the brand and wanted to kind of get into how using that platform has worked. The podcast was more of a creative outlet and something that, you know, being a woman in business, knowing a lot of people and being able to kind of build and engage on that. Now, I have surprisingly clients all the time say, oh my gosh, how is this going? What's going on with that? And I'm like, I don't know how. Oh, they're like, well, we listen to your podcast. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, I give a little warning on there that the podcast is me outside of the professional realm. And then but part of the reason of the podcast is being able to normalize that you can be a business professional just as much as that mom side of you or woman side of you without separating the two, right? Because you're not just, it's not like I put on my business suit and cut out Lauren as a person. And that's why I think it's so important to build your brand and know that your brand is you, and then being able to show up that way. So I haven't meshed the two. It's just completely different platforms, though everybody that listens needs health insurance, right? So it's one of the little fun things about it. So
awesome. All right, Frank, CJ.
So this question is directed at Evan, and I think it's going to be a ground ball. But hey, you've given us your why. We talked about why you do what you do and the joy that you receive from your from giving back to the community. But as a business owner, okay, what are some of your biggest challenges and rewards that you've encountered from Stoked Out Construction, the actual physical providing services to people? What's your biggest challenges?
So the biggest challenges, there's kind of with what we do, there's a lot of other companies here in town that provide some of the same like kind services. So the challenges are separating yourself from others and being different, and then, you know, truly helping people realize the difference between what you have to offer and what some of these people have to offer, because we're not your fly-by-night company. We're not your taillight warranty company. Like, we're here to stay. We're here to make a mark, and we're here to like leave like, we're here, like, to grow this forever here, like pass this down generation to generation, just like my father has to me. Like, he has been, so we're just like passing it down. So the challenge is just, you know, like being different and making people know the difference between, you know, what you're offering and what they're offering. So as far as challenge, that's a challenge, but we've learned how to take it on and show people why we're different, our beliefs, our morals, our values. And that kind of alone is, in my opinion, sells itself, because, you know, and then as far as you said, challenges and what else? What was your next question?
Rewards. What are your rewards? What rewards do you reap from being in the construction business?
So every single day, when we're selling, when we're building, all that stuff, a reward is when we finish a job and the customer gets ultimate satisfaction, and their product is there. They can see it, feel it, touch it, and have it and own it when it's done. And just, you know, whether we put up a $500 fence or a $50,000, $500,000 fence, it still feels the same when I leave that job and that customer is happy. Or whether no matter what we do for these people, it's just amazing to see their reaction when we get to work at their house. That's
the final product.
The final, it's yeah. And just being there in general is a reward. I mean, they chosen and trusted in us to be on site working on their property. That's a reward. I mean, they probably met with 3 other people and we got the job. So that's a reward. And it's very, it feels wonderful.
So to follow up on that, what I heard was you compete against many other companies to provide similar type services, but you have a niche that when you deliver a product, it's stoked out. There it is.
For sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
100%. 100. You're not going to get the product. There's a full experience that comes with the product, and that's what we're here to provide. I mean, there's trust, there's customer service, we make the job fun. I can't tell you how many times I've upgraded somebody's job just to see the reaction when it was all said and done. You know, they wanted something better and couldn't afford it, but it didn't cost me much to upgrade, and I upgraded it and did it. And they were like, whoa, where'd this come from? And I'm like, you're good. It's on us. We got it. And they're just blown away, you know? So we just want to leave people they're going to remember us, you know, and that's a reward.
And they'll refer you.
Yeah.
And that's why we stay connected. So don't forget that when you do my fence.
I got you. I remember all your fence, your slide gates, and your columns. I know.
You got it, brother.
I had a major construction job done 3 years ago. I'd give anything to be able to post on social media that I was completely happy and it worked out great, and it worked out well. And that didn't happen for me. So seeing your story, somebody that's in the shoes that I'm in, watching your stories is important. I'll go to Lauren and say, it's your busy season, my friend.
It is.
This is really your busy season. So talk to me about how being involved in the community has, okay, so I'm going to give a story. So one time I had a question about some insurance because my kids pay a lot of money for insurance. And I asked you the question and I was like, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. What do you suggest? And without any expectation, you gave me that information back. So talk to me about what has the community done to help you through this busy season and help build your business.
You know, I think in my industry, so it's health insurance, right? And a lot of people question, how can you be passionate about insurance? I think my approach is a little different in the sense of, to me, it is so important to build trust. I tell people I'm not passionate about insurance. I'm passionate about helping people. And I'm involved. I'm a small piece of the puzzle of when someone decides to have a baby, or they are undergoing chemo and they got that cancer diagnosis and they have things going on because they need their insurance to be able to work for them to play out in a bigger part, right? And that is where I feel like I come in. So developing that trust, building that trust with my clients, or maybe the small business owner who's ready to branch out and they're going to hire 5 to 10 people this year. And what does that look like for us? So being able to get creative and build those solutions for them, that's really what I get so excited about. And knowing that I'm walking away from helping this business today save them $40,000 in their premium. And they were, I mean, $40,000 for a business, that can make or break you, right? And so having them trust me to be able to put something in that helps them as the employer, but then also helps the employee is really starting there. And it is wonderful that we live in a community where so many of our clients, and building that kind of brand for myself and being involved, I can go to almost any networking event and have 5 to 10 to 15 of my clients there in a room together, and they may not even know that they are, or they do because they're referring them to me. And that's because I was that small piece of the puzzle, right? And by building trust and taking care of them, they know. Or Uncle Susie mentions that she needs insurance. And so even if they're not my client, I got a referral from the post office the other day. Like people just hearing that, knowing that you care, that your approach is different, and then being able to maintain that trust by staying passionate and staying relevant in a community like ours has been, people know me. I graduated from high school from Rockwall, and if they don't know me, they know my family and things like that. And so being able to, I think really that's the core part of it, is just building that trust. Yeah.
That's awesome. So good. CJ, I wanted to ask you a question. What originally drew you to your profession and serving the Rockwall community?
Just like Evan, mom and dad. I've told a story before. Growing up in New York, the son of immigrant parents who came here legally. The big deal about that was always constant service to someone. Be it the woman next door that needed her weeds pulled. I pulled a lot of weeds as a young kid. Why? Because I was told to, but you know what? It helped that older lady out. Knowing that you can make a difference in someone's life just by giving of yourself, that's my drive. That's my drive.
That's the reward.
That's the reward. The benefit for me, sometimes it's hard work, but guess what? It's that giving. It's that, like you, Evan, that added benefit for that person of, okay, I heard that you were sick, so it's not me, so don't worry about it. Hey, my wife made, 27 quiches and went around and dropped them off. There was a gentleman walking down the road coming from the 7-Eleven on Goliad, pouring down rain about a month ago. She and my daughter made a U-turn, picked them up, told them to get in the car. Trust me, they were safe. Dropped them off at his house and said, hey, my husband's going to come back and check on you. Why? It's the Christ-like thing to do. It's always giving of yourself. Did we get anything for it? Did we ask for anything for it? But no, what? We felt good about it. Especially when they told me they had done that. It's like, wow, that's how we continue to give.
You got to give
looking out for someone.
You got to give with no expectation in return. That blessing will come in a different way, form, and fashion, but you don't need to worry.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Go ahead, Lauren.
I was just going to say, I think that clients and people can feel that when you do something with an honest and genuine spirit and they see you doing it, or you're being personable versus someone who's trying to get to the cell. We all are humans. We understand and we feel that. So showing up in that way, finding what you're passionate about, and then helping because that is your spirit. I think your clients can feel that even in social media versus in person. They get that from you. So
awesome. That's so good. All right, we're going to take another commercial break, and we're going to come back to our last segment. We'll talk about what's the difference, and I look forward to seeing you. So stay tuned.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
All right, welcome to What's the Difference? I love this segment. This this is when you can definitely tell what generations we're from. We're fixing to find out. All right, here's my question. My first question is, and I'm going to ask each of you your answer, and then I have an official answer, okay, that I'll read when we're done. But what's the difference between being a member of a social media group and being a valuable contributor to that group? So, Lauren, I'm going to ask you to go first.
Well, I would say that being a member, anybody can click join and add and be there, and you play the role of being a fly on the wall if you want to and don't have anything to contribute, and you're more of somebody who is taking information in, right, rather than putting out. To me, that is a member, whereas being a valuable part of that is being able to contribute, share your knowledge or your information, or even if it's just being a connector and saying, hey, Frank is your go-to for printing, but being able to contribute in a meaningful way, now you're part of the conversation. So that's really what it means to me.
So good. All right, Evan.
So you can either grab life by the horns and run with it, or you can just sit back and let all the crazy, negative, bad things happen to you and not control, not take any control. So I'm just a believer in, it all depends on what you believe in, though. There are people that just don't have many beliefs and they just think it's a pity party 24/7 and they won't do anything to take control. So nothing happens unless you're moving in motion. So a body in motion stays in motion. So you just gotta roll with it, no matter what happens, good, bad, the ugly.
Yeah,
you gotta just put that best foot forward and keep fighting. That's the difference. I mean, do you want it or do you not?
Yeah.
So I'm a believer in just not, if you gotta be a part of the team, you gotta
contribute.
You gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah. All right. What's the difference between being a member of a social media group and being a valuable contributor? CJ.
So once again, just like Evan said, this is working out really good, brother. The synergism here is awesome. Actions speak louder than words. So yeah, just like Lauren said, oh yeah, I'm a member of the group. You don't provide any input. You don't provide anything for the benefit of everybody else. That's a member. That's just sitting there. They're in receive mode. The person that's engaging energized, interactive, providing contact, providing back and forth, providing knowledge, asking questions. That's somebody that's engaged. And that's literally where one of those where actions speak louder than words. What are you putting in the pot for the benefit of everyone else versus just sitting there? It's like, oh, this tastes good. This tastes good. If you're just consuming and you're not putting something in for the benefit of everybody else, that's it. But then again, sometimes people like to hear themselves talk too. That's scary. Those actions overall make a big difference. They really, really do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think about these influencers that are on, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Making sure that they're providing important information to whatever is going on. People have questions about a lot of different things in all of our businesses, whatever profession we're in, there are questions that are important to know. And so being able to answer those questions and be a valuable contributor. All right, Frank, what's the difference between being a member of a social media group and being a valuable contributor?
Well, I would say the member is the one that makes the smart ass grandies comment every time something comes up on Rockwall Inn. And then a valuable contributor would be recommending somebody like, and trust, like somebody's looking to have their computer system rewired. My natural instinct is to comment back that you need to call Jeff Skinner at Black Level AV.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to read you the official answer that we have here. I love Lauren's answer. Lauren, you were spot on. But let me read you what I have. Being a member shows passive association. Being a contributor demonstrates expertise, authenticity, and active engagement. When you consistently contribute value, answering questions, sharing insights, or sparking discussions, you build familiarity and trust. That's where you build trust with people, when they know that you know the answers to the questions that they have. So whatever your business is, being the expert in that field is seen on social media. So, all right, let's see. What time is it? It is 3:36. We're going to end our show, but here's what I want to do. I want to end it with each of you, especially our guests, Evan, Lauren, telling us your name, how to reach you, and maybe a takeaway from the show. What did you love about the show? Evan?
Yeah.
Oh, Lauren.
No, Evan.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
So Lauren Chambers, and my agency is Chambers Benefits Consulting. And one of the things that take away here is really knowing that not being afraid to share your information and putting it out there and staying relevant. And if not, there's companies and other businesses that are designed to do that for you whenever you're so busy. How do I stay engaged? Maybe I'm from a different generation. I don't know how to use social media. I think that there's asking those questions, being involved is really the most important part. And this is such a great reminder of that. And you said my name, business name, and what, Tammy?
Just what you answered it all. How to reach you. It's scrolling at the bottom, so people know how to reach you. Lauren at Chambers Benefits. So we're good to go. All right, Evan, tell us how to reach you.
So Evan Stokes here, the owner of Stokes Construction. You can reach me all over Facebook, all over social media platforms. And then the phone number is 469-380-8255. And then one thing to take away just from this past hour and a half podcast deal is just, a big believer in just staying local and shopping local and staying with, people that you can choose and trust. There's tons of people out there that do all the same things that we do, but do people do it correctly? And is there trust behind it? Is there quality behind it? Is there so much behind it to refer it? So just shop local, stay local, do your research on whoever you use. And, just hopefully, all of this information we've given and provided you will just lead everybody into a more better direction. So that way there is no disaster stories that people hear from construction companies and the services we offer. So,
yes, I have one. All right. Quick, Frank and CJ, tell us how to reach you, and we'll be ending our show. Good topic. We'll be continuing this topic next week 2, with other co-hosts. So tell us how to reach you, CJ.
We are the Compound Nevada. We're an elite outdoor shooting range. We provide you with all the services that you need to be able to utilize that firearm in a safe manner to safeguard yourself and your family. You can reach us directly at 972-853-0602 or via email at info@tcatrc.com. We can train everyone, so no one can walk in and say, "Oh, I can't do that," because you can.
I love it, because you can. Frank.
You can catch me at the number below, 469-769-1600, or email me at rockwall@minutemanpress.com.
Awesome. And
Wonderful.
I'm Tammy Escobedo, your host today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to have you here. Next week, we have 2 other co-hosts. We'll be continuing our topic, and it'll be an exciting place to learn and hear from other people, different guests. So TammyEscobedo.com, and I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday, 2:30. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader. Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada. Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group. And by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference.